going on?
Well, not too much.
We were just talking weather.
Yes, yeah.
We got a fishing trip we're going on next week.
Yeah, we've had a beautiful stretch of weather here, and it's supposed to continue, Paul. I see we don't have any rain for the next 2 weeks again. So it's getting awful dry out there, and I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, what's going on? You sick?
I don't know. No, I'm not sick at all. I got a frog in my throat.
Kids are fighting something right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
They just pulled in?
Well, Lydia's inside.
Yeah.
She stayed home this morning because she wasn't feeling that great. But yeah, things are changing quick. It's crazy how quickly fall comes and how hunters kind of get that. At least I do. It's almost like you automatically just change gears.
Yep.
You start acting like a squirrel. I'm running around like piling wood and putting stuff away, and I like it because I kind of whistle while I work. There's something about this time of year that is just so comforting for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm in whatever you do. Let's
you hear the geese flying and you smell the wood, the cool nights, cool mornings. You kind of get butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah, we've had to start a fire at the camp the last few times we were there.
Well, I don't think it matters with you. I think it'd be 80 degrees out and you'd still start a fire.
No, not really. No.
We've had some hot nights in that camp.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day before it was really tight, back when the wind would blow through it, you'd sleep there and you'd have the front of you would be 1,000 degrees and the backside would be
for sure,
freezing cold.
For sure. Frost on one side and fire on the other.
You just rotate periodically.
Yeah, turn over.
Keep yourself warm.
Yeah.
Now, Lacey, we went for a ride last night along the river. It's kind of a nice evening. She's the opposite. She was saying to me, she's like, oh, man, I hate this time of year. And I was like, Lace, what do you mean you hate it? She's like, look, it's like 7 o'clock and it's getting dark.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the decrease in light. And I understand
they know what's coming down the road, Paul. It's not far off, and snow. And a hunter has a total different perspective of late summer and fall.
I mean, that frosty morning, the smell, it's unique.
Yeah, don't know if we've had a frost. I did have.
No, I haven't here, but.
I get down in the 30s there a couple nights at the camp, and I actually get up early and went out and rubbed my hand across the vehicle to see if it had frozen, but it hadn't. It was still wet. So.
And Lacey saw, I was down back, what was I doing? I was piling wood or doing something. And Lacey walked out back. There was a partridge down here.
Oh, no kidding.
On the road going from the shed to the kind of the wood piling area. I got to sneeze. Jeepers. Yeah. So she said it was right there, right beside her.
Right.
And then it just kind of flew up into a tree.
Yeah.
So So first moose season is what, the 22nd?
A week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of enthusiasm. I think people are really gearing up for that.
Yeah. There'd be a lot of excited people here this coming week.
Then we get the first day of bird season, 9/27.
Yeah.
Then
little less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Because we were talking, we wanted to do a different type of fishing trip, but I got looking at the calendar and I'm like, I don't have time to
do everything you need to do, and
to do that. Because I had to get some other things done. But we are going on a late season fishing trip. We're gonna
hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I'm going out
3 days. Oh well, I'm going too.
I'm going no matter what.
Yeah, unless something really drastic happens.
Well, don't say that. Jeez. And then deer season starts this year, 11/1 for residents.
That's late.
Yeah. And then 11/3 for non-residents.
Right.
So, actually one thing I want to touch on in this was some weather stuff. I happened to come across, I see a news article. We're going into a, what is it, La Nina weather pattern?
Yeah, there's El Nino and La Nina.
There's El Nino and La Nina.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what's that going to be? What's that mean for deer season? Because I couldn't remember. I was like, well, I know one is unseasonably warm.
Right.
Which is El Nino. And essentially what it is you get a wave in the jet stream. So you get like in the Pacific, kind of pushes the jet stream up. And then as it comes into the U.S., it dips down.
Right.
Kind of in the middle of the U.S.
Yeah.
And then, so where we are in the Northeast tends to be colder and wetter.
Right.
Which would mean more snow.
Well, we'll see.
So they were saying it was going to be moderate, but I
Right.
was just kind of like, okay, how does that change the prospects for snow come deer season? And looks better for.
Did you check
October.
AI for that, or is that
No,
no?
that was NOAA
Yeah.
that I was going through.
Yeah.
So it's not definitive, and they were saying it was going to be moderate. But anyway, I'll take any spin I can get to get positive news for snow for November.
Right. Well, one of the positive you mentioned already. One of the positive things, Paul, it's a late season.
Yes. Yeah.
So start the first day, Residence Day, is starting in November, which is very late. So
because some years you start a little earlier,
right?
And you end up being about a week off from some of the later years.
Yeah.
Because I can remember years coming out of deer camp December 1st.
Yeah.
And that year in particular, the place we were staying, we had temps, and I'm quite certain it was Thanksgiving morning. It was like minus 18.
Oh, no kidding.
Maybe it was the day after. It was the year that the thoroughfare had frozen over.
Yep.
And all the deer were headed to the yards.
Yep.
And it actually was a tough week of hunting because everything was so cold. And we didn't, ironically, get snow, a fresh blanket of snow until we left that Sunday.
Right.
And we saw a nice buck.
Yeah,
coming out, beautiful buck.
Yeah.
Running right beside the truck. That would have been a good deer tracking day. That was warm and sticky. But man, we had some, I think, didn't you see how many deer did you see that week?
Right. And I didn't track either, Paul. I sat and watched a deer trail there, and I don't know, probably around 30, I think I saw.
A lot. Like every day you were coming
high 20s,
back.
maybe 30.
Yeah. And you're like, well, I saw 6 today. I saw 7 today.
Yeah, I think it was high 20s.
No box.
Close to 30.
They're all headed to the yards.
Yeah.
But
I think that was the year Jody shot the 10-pointer, and I'm pretty sure that deer came down to the trail I was watching, but before he stepped out in the trail, he blew and took off running. He got wind of me.
Yeah. I remember
and about 15 minutes later, Jody was just on the other side of the knoll.
Yeah. Beautiful buck.
Yeah.
Beautiful rack on it.
Yeah. I'm quite sure it was that deer.
Had basically run himself right ragged though. Backbone was sticking right up out of his rear end.
He was run down for sure.
I think he ended up weighing only like 160 something.
I thought it was around 175, Paul,
Maybe it was.
but I could be wrong. I know it wasn't a lot.
No, it was a long time ago, but
That was actually one of the bigger deer we've shot there at 175.
yeah, that area had a lot of small deer.
Yep.
You'd shoot older bucks,
6-year-old, 5-year-old
5.5-year-old
bucks, and they would weigh 160 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd look at them and just be like, and it kind of, there was a point in time where, I kind of get discouraged going in that area because it just seemed like nothing was very.
Yeah,
very
the
big.
prospects of getting one over 200, it seemed, in that area weren't good.
Yeah, there were a lot of deer.
Yeah.
And it was a great place to find success, but
excuse me.
Yeah, your odds of getting one that were big just seemed pretty hard pressed for that to happen.
I'm going to have a sneezing fit here, Paul.
Yeah, what's going on? You sound like a bunch of.
Yeah.
Sounds like a TB ward or something around here. So we get a late year. That's good.
Yeah.
So makes the prospect for snow that much better.
Yeah.
Which is why our deer camp was always Thanksgiving week.
That's exactly right. We all took a week off. We wanted the best chance of having snow on the ground.
Yeah, even though, a lot of people say peak third week or whatever.
Yeah.
Fourth week, your chances for snow were the best. Another thing interesting that I come across this week is there was an invasive species of tick found in the state of Maine.
Yeah, I heard something about
the
that.
Asian
Paul.
longhorn tick.
Yeah.
They found one, Somerset County, I think it was. And they can, that's another tick species that can spread disease. Rocky Mountain spotted fever is a common of the spotted fevers that one can transmit. It's transmitted by, it's a bacteria,
right,
treated with antibiotics.
I was going to ask you that. You treat it the same way like Lyme disease and
and
course of antibiotics?
Yeah, it can be deadly though.
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
No, the problem with it is, and it's like that with a lot of tick-borne illnesses, is they're very non-specific.
Right.
So it's hard to really put your thumb on what the person has going on because, you present with fever, malaise, nausea and vomiting, aches and pains. It's hard to...
Right.
And
read out what it is.
With Rocky Mountain spotted fever, it's imperative to find it relatively early because kind of the hallmark of the disease is a rash, but you're already like 3 to 5 days in or whatever.
Right.
Once the rash is formed. So yeah, usually of course the treatment of doxycycline, take care of it. But the one they found, I guess, was a juvenile. And that species of tick is pretty unique in that the females can reproduce on their own.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so like essentially one tick could result in an infestation.
Wow.
But the one they found was a juvenile, so it wasn't at reproductive age. But it had to come from somewhere. Right? So
is that called asexual when they can
I don't know. I'd have to actually read about their reproductive process, how they do it, but
going back to my biology here.
But you would have asexual reproduction.
Now, was that carried by anything specific, Paul, or just any animal? Is that
livestock? So I mean, it's a threat to livestock, wildlife, and obviously a public health concern.
Right.
So
I mean, we know like Lyme disease, we relate that to the deer tick carried by deer, and of course we have winter ticks, which we relate to moose, and so and I just am recalling Rocky Mountain spotted fever back when I was in school. I remember we were talking about tick-borne illnesses and stuff, and it was one of those things where it was like, wow, that's not a Northeast thing. I'm not gonna. Well, you never know.
You don't, because I can remember doing a rotation at Eastern Maine, and they had a patient. They were trying to figure out. They were doing a workup on a patient. Couldn't really figure out what was going on, and come to find out, they diagnosed the person with another tick-borne illness, babesiosis. So you also, even though you live in an area that maybe like Rocky Mountain spotted fever isn't going to be common, people travel,
right?
Especially if they travel abroad or overseas, internationally. I guess you got to be prepared for all of it, and we're such a interconnected world now,
right?
That really it's hard to keep things isolated to one area. You think of like even all the other stuff we've talked about in the past, chronic wasting disease and
I was thinking about that the other day, Paul. You're talking about that, and something like COVID that can start in such a distant land and within weeks be all over the world.
We're we're so
mobile.
And there's no place on this planet really untouched anymore.
Right.
Which, as I got thinking about, remember the deer that I saw, that doe was running around, kind of like helter-skelter? And part of me was like, I hope that deer wasn't sick. I don't think it was. Because it didn't look, it was a long ways away, but she looked healthy.
Right.
She wasn't frail or it just looked like she was playful. But part of me, it was like such an odd occurrence.
Right.
That I kept going, there's not something wrong with her.
You're talking about the one that was showing off to the big buck.
Yeah. She was just like, like just jumping in the air and twisting and turning. And part of me kept thinking, I hope she's not sick. But she didn't.
Yeah.
Like her coat looked great. She looked healthy and plump.
Even when she was jumping around, she looked good.
It just was like such a strange occurrence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around why she was doing that. Yeah. And then as you come across some other stuff that kind of pops up in your head every now and then, you're going, I hope she wasn't sick, but I don't think so. She looked.
No, I don't think so either.
She was acting she was acting like a woman.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. I'm kidding.
I'm not going to touch that one,
I'm kidding.
Paul. You're on your own there, bud.
Yeah, I'll get all kinds of
hate
on that one.
Yeah.
Even though we're just joking. I like to joke.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. People have can have
Sure show.
people. Yeah, people can have thin skin nowadays, though.
Yeah, you're right.
It's hard to take a joke. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else with that one. That anyway, where'd you read about it? Asian longhorn tick.
I'm trying to think, Paul, where I read it, but I did see it, that it was found in Maine. I don't know whether it was on the Department's of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife. I go through a lot of things, and it could have been on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But I do know that I saw it, that we had a new tick.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have told you the name of it, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I read, it may have just been a headline.
Yeah.
I just read a headline, new tick discovered in Maine, and I didn't read about it or anything like that.
I did the same thing. I saw a headline and then I was like, whoa.
And I don't know where I saw the headline, but I know I saw it.
Yeah.
So,
because you always worry you don't want anything to get into wildlife populations that wreaks a bunch of havoc, and for our health too.
Right.
I know we've had guys at deer camp that said they would never hunt in southern Maine.
Yep.
Just because they're
because of Lyme disease.
Not touching a deer, I shoot in southern Maine.
Yeah.
Pretty adamant about it. Like, and I understand that. Like,
yeah,
it's almost imperative. If you hunt in southern Maine,
oh, you're going to get ticked.
You're going to get a tick on you.
Oh yeah, you are.
I don't know. Everyone I talked to was
like,
oh, I had a doe permit down in such and such a zone and come back inside and found a tick on me. And I've never had a.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen one, Paul, a tick or whatever.
We hear
up
from, on occasion.
Yeah.
But it's just not not at the forefront of my mind up here anyway. But did you see the video the last video I did on rifles?
Yes, yeah. I did I did some thinking on that too, Paul. Anytime you talk about somebody's truck or their gun, you're gonna touch a few nerves there and stuff. But and I thought just exactly what you said. When I go out the door in the morning deer hunting, I have a choice. And this is just me. It's just my preference. I could take a 7600 out, or I could take my 742.
Or your 788.
Or the 788.
Which is a super accurate gun.
Yeah, but I take the 742. Yeah. That's what I've hunted with, and I'm comfortable with it. And
in the video, I'd said that you hunt with a 7400, but I was trying to keep it a little bit simplified because I
understood that.
People mix up like 7600 and 7400.
Yeah.
Like they get confused on, and I'm like, gosh, you can throw out so many Model 16.
I knew what you were doing, and it's the same gun. It's just a later model of the 742 is all it is.
It's like a lot of people struggle just to keep the 7600 and 7400 separated. This not throw in more numbers and acronyms and stuff like that.
I knew just exactly what you were doing,
but it's guns. The whole point of it was just to think about what you're choosing,
right?
Like and have think about what your reason is for choosing that gun, and it doesn't have to be the same as someone else's reasoning.
Yeah,
everyone's different.
And here's the thing: there can be a lot of different reasons a person would choose a gun. That 742 was bought by my parents. They got it for me for Christmas back in the 70s, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah. And has it ever failed you?
No.
In any way, shape, or form?
No. So I've always carried it, and like I say, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. And I'm used to shooting a semi and having the follow-up shot right there, and so
and it's the recoil on those it's just a nice push. The barrel doesn't come up much. Like I can think of all the deer that I've shot running or on the run, and I never can recall not having losing the deer in my scope because it's just a nice push. And actually I was working on the reunion video for the guys at camp, trying to get that finished up. And I was watching the part where I was shooting at the buck, and I'm standing there. You can hardly see the gun move in my arm. And I watched it over and over a few times, and I'm like, it just gives me a nice push back. It really doesn't.
So I was watching a short clip on another channel, YouTube channel, and a young man was out and he was shooting a 35 Whalen, and he fired,
and those give a good wallet.
That was knocking the teeth right out of him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would admit it or not, but boy, I'll tell you what, they had the camera right behind his right shoulder line, and it was knocking the pudding out of him.
Yeah. And that can be a kind of a macho stance for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, well, I like recoil.
Yeah.
Well, ideally, if you could find a gun with zero recoil while you're hunting, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you don't want any distractions away from getting the job done, which is a good, clean, efficient kill.
Yeah.
Even Keith, we were out bear hunting there, and he hunts with a 300 Ultra Mag.
Right.
It's got a muzzle brake on it.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you, he's like, oh, this kick's way less than my 7. He's got a 760. He's like, it kicks way less. It's comfortable to shoot it all day long.
Yeah, and I'm not into trying to prove how tough I am now. You know, if things can be better and easier, that's the way I'm gonna go.
And so that brings up a good point. You know, like we make decisions on things, and it's great to be confident and stick with your decision. But there's always a degree of uncertainty, or at least there needs to be, or there needs to at least be. You need to acknowledge that there's some uncertainty, because you always get to kind of, you know, keep evaluating, am I making the best choice in my selection? Or am I kind of digging in my heels and being stubborn and not changing because, well, that's how I've always done it. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, you know, so am I.
I can stick to my guns with things. And even in my head, I can be like, I might not be making the best decision here.
Right.
And, but it's human nature to you don't want to give in to your convictions with certain things. And when you find out that those convictions are false, the knee-jerk reaction can be to kind of fight it for a minute.
Yeah.
And the better you can get at not fighting it all the time, the better decisions you make. So that's why, like, in that video, I really wanted to like the 7600.
Right.
And I don't hate it by any means. I think it's a great gun.
But you can't find a compelling enough reason to switch.
No.
And I can't either. Like I said, I had the same thought. I got a choice when I go out the door. I bought one a few years ago, and I did use it moose hunting.
Yeah.
And I can go out the door with whatever gun I want to carry, and, you know, lever action or whatever, a bolt or the pump or the semi, and I take the gun that I've always used. So, and
maybe that'll change someday. Because I am quick to, if something happens, I can lose confidence in something real quick.
Right.
Like I can get ticked off and be like, nope, never
done with that.
Never touching it again. But that hasn't happened. So I guess it's the status quo for now. But yeah, I do every now and then get the urge to carry the Model 94.
Yeah.
Because that gun carries really nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, heck, I shot my first buck with it.
Yeah.
Iron sights.
Yeah, I've never got that urge to carry.
Really?
That. Yeah, no.
That gun was, you pick that up and you feel like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like,
yeah.
But boys, I don't know, seeing a buck at 100 yards with that.
Yeah.
Feels like, man, I'm handicapping myself here big
time.
You
are. Yeah. Or at least I would be.
Yeah. Especially with iron sights.
Yeah.
My vision really the past couple of years is
no kidding.
Up close is changed quite a bit.
You're getting older.
No, I'm not. It's weird with me because, so I wear contacts. And with my contacts up close now, and it makes sense on how the physiology of the eye works. But like, I'm starting to have a hard time reading with my contacts in. So if I have my glasses on, same thing. If I take my glasses off up close, it's fine.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. But it's all like, I'm going in that direction of.
Yeah, things change. It's inevitable.
Your lens is less pliable, and it's not doing
our
what
bodies
it usually
change.
Does.
Yeah, there's no denying it. And
I noticed last year when I was shooting the pump with the peep sight, So I have a little bit of an issue with getting a good fine eye on the bead on that front sight.
Right.
With my contacts in.
Right.
And yeah, I was like, well, I'll try the whitetail mount and have a scope in the beep sight. So that was part of the reason why I tried that whitetail mount. You had mentioned your 742s. What is it? The rails can start to get.
Yeah, everything I've read about them, I've read quite a bit about the old 742s, Paul, and they say that they have a lifespan of give or take about 1,000 shots.
Yeah.
And what happens, there's a rail on the inside that the receiver rides on the inside of the or the bolt rides on inside the receiver, and that can that can start to wear and it like chatter marks all up and down the rail.
Did you notice yours starting to?
Yeah, it's getting a little chewed up.
But it probably, relative to how old it is, probably hasn't been shot that much.
You know, you start doing the math, and if you shot a box of shells, 20 shells in 1 year, 5 years, you're up to 100 shots. Yeah. So.
But do you ever shoot 20 shots through that?
Really? I used to.
That was one of the big reasons why I was looking for
an alternate
22
gun.
Because I really
same here.
I really want to shoot that 7400 a lot, but I don't want to just run bullets through it all day long.
And they said that and now it's tough, Paul, because a lot of gunsmiths, they don't want to deal with the 742 or whatever, and they say that can be ground down or polished or whatever, and you may get a few more years of life out of it.
Okay.
But so I started, when the last 10 years or so, I'm careful to go out and hopefully not shoot any more than 3 or 4 shots to make sure it's sighted in, and then hunt with it. And, if you're lucky, you take a few shots hunting if you're successful, and then putting the gun up. Yeah. Trying to shoot it as little as possible.
I just don't want to. I'm like you. I would shoot a 3-shot group, and usually I have to make no adjustments to it, and it shoots the exact same way when it's clean. Right. I go out, first clean shot through the gun is low and to the right, and usually the next 2 are right there.
Right in the bullseye.
And then I don't clean it.
Yeah.
Or I leave the barrel fouled, and it's a hunted season with it that way. And then clean it up at the end of the year. Yeah. And that cycle continues.
Right.
And every year it's kind of it's funny how it is the same way every time I go out.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's a good thing that, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Certainly you'd like to think, you could go out and shoot your gun as much as you want and, get familiar with it and practice, but it's a double-edged sword. Yeah. They have a very limited lifespan. Yeah. So. And
they're not made to be shot. Like, people go out back with their ARs or whatever and just rattle banana clips off through them. Yeah. It's not meant to be shot that way at all. And I think that's a mistake a lot of people make.
Yeah.
Is, they go out and shoot the crap out of them and then get ticked because it's throwing shots here and there.
Yeah.
I think yours is known when it gets hot.
Right. Barrel gets hot. Throw wild wild shots.
Open up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I've always felt really passionate about really anything that, really spending your time to, do the research, but always take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt. Take it, store it away, the information, and then make your own decision based on everything you got, because contextually things can be totally different for one person to the next.
And let's face it, I mean, a lot of the reason that gun became so popular, that the Remington pump in the Northeast was the Benoits.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good gun, and there's I'm not saying that, but certainly that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that the Benoits, if they were so successful with it and they were touting the advantages of it, and
Yeah.
a lot of people followed in line.
You can extrapolate that to just the market and things in general.
Oh, absolutely.
I enjoy reading
Yeah.
books, and that's why the it's always fascinated me with the whole kind of cult following with the 7600s. And I enjoy reading a lot of books on kind of what makes people tick, what makes society tick, like why people make the decisions they make and stuff like that.
What'd you wear for sneakers when you were in high school?
Oh, exactly. I'm going to go there, actually.
Air Jordans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
we think just, and why did you do that?
yeah,
Michael Jordan was the big thing back then.
And but it's like that with, and I never cared for psychology in school. I don't care for it now, most aspects of it, but there's certain aspects of it I do enjoy. And so I remember I've read a lot of all of Malcolm Gladwell's books. I enjoy a lot of his stuff. Don't care for, whatever his political stance is or whatever, but that doesn't matter. I enjoy kind of thinking in, what makes someone successful, like what were the choices they made to get them to where they got to be.
Yeah.
What about, things in society, whether you become a professional hockey player or basketball player, or if something just takes off,
right?
What made it take off? And there was one example he talked about. It used a lot of examples with products, but one was like hush puppies back in the day. Remember, those blew up. And I just think of all those products throughout life like that. They get really trendy, whether it's like Ugg boots with women. I mean, they're
LL Bean boots.
The Ugg part is true. They're ugly as
old
get up. And not that they're a particularly quality boot, but it was something that basically just ended up tipping the needle into this mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Everyone needed to have one. And so I kind of see that when I look at the 7600s, I'm thinking of all these examples in society throughout the years that's kind of mirroring, not to as great a degree as those, but in the Northeast, like most people are like, I want a 7600.
Yeah. And we did it too. We both bought, and me later in life, I was 65 when I bought a 7600, and I'm going, do I really need to, at 65, how much use am I going to get out of that gun?
Ironically, though, when I was thinking, at our deer camp, no one used a pump until Jody came.
Yeah.
And he was the only guy that used a pump out of that camp.
Yeah.
A lot of lever actions.
Yeah.
A bolt action.
Yeah.
2 bolt actions. You had Joe and Derek both used a bolt. Dale used a 243 Browning.
Yeah.
Lever action.
BLR.
Beautiful gun.
Yeah. So did Dean, 308.
He used a 308 lever action.
Yeah.
And I used a semi.
Yeah.
And he used a semi. And so, well, there's a Northeast deer camp right there that there was only one in camp, and that was for part of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a lot of deer harvested in that camp with a lot of different guns.
Oh yeah, you can shoot a deer with a lot of different guns. The bullet comes out about the same way.
Yeah.
So
heck, people do it with pointy sticks and a bow and a string. So yeah.
I'm not into, psychology like you say. I'm not, but I am. I love to observe and try to figure out why people do the things they do.
I love talking to people, especially people that have done different things in life.
Yeah.
It's like try to get to the bottom of how they get to that point. Sometimes it's just circumstantial.
Dumb luck.
Sometimes it's arbitrary stuff as far as like what time of the year you were born in.
Right.
And stuff like that. Like that's not in your control. And I'm thinking back to, I forget which book, one of Malcolm Gladwell's books. It may have been David versus Goliath. I believe. I could be wrong. And he was using that example. I think it was like he was looking at like junior hockey league. And it was something to the extent, again, I'm digging deep for this, but it was something to the extent that that cutoff date to get into the league was an arbitrary date set in the year. We'll say it was October. I can't remember exactly when it was. So the kids that didn't make that cutoff, maybe they were born just after the cutoff date,
Right.
had a whole year to mature.
Right.
And they still had the same number of years of eligibility.
Right.
So when it came time for them to get into the league, they were basically a year ahead of a lot of the other players.
Which makes a big deal at that age.
When you're an adolescent, you're right.
Right.
And
Right.
so then there's like this trickle down effect where you get more attention from coaches.
Right.
Because maybe you're a little bit bigger, stronger, and faster. And that builds your skills even more.
Right.
And it ends up being the percentage that go pro happens to, if you get to the root of it, probably a lot had to do with just the time of the year they were born.
Yeah. I
And
can see the logic in that.
Arbitrary number.
Yeah.
And it's like stuff like that. You just go, wow, there's so many variables that affect the outcomes.
You're right. Somebody will look at you and say, well, that guy's got a little more talent. The fact is you're older and bigger and stronger, like you say. And so you are going to get the extra attention from.
Yeah. And your skills get developed a little more.
Yeah.
And then maybe your confidence is a little bit better because now you're getting the recognition and the encouragement from everybody. And then the rest is history. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can see the logic there, Paul.
Yeah.
How that could happen.
Yeah, so I like stuff like that. But general psychology, I always kind of, I took those courses because I had to, and I moved on to other areas that were a little more black and white for me.
Yeah.
Fall time is that time of year where everyone's getting excited about their tradition and some of the cultural stuff. And, companionship. A lot of people I see commenting and stuff. They're opening up camp for the first time.
Right.
Reconnecting with friends that, they maybe haven't spoke to since last year. So it's an exciting time of year.
It is, Paul. And like you say, those people that, I'm a little different because the deer camp we go to, I'm there pretty much all year round. So, but you take somebody that has to, after deer season, they're back to work and they're with their family for an entire year, and you start getting a couple months out of deer season, and
you bet
they really start thinking about that stuff.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah.
So I've been going through guns and stuff here and gear and.
Yeah, I've ordered some stuff, and same thing. I'm thinking about things I might want to get, a few little things I might want to replace. And
I was saying I wasn't going to run trail cameras this year, but I think I might buy a couple. I'm down a few.
Yeah.
What should I get?
I don't know much about trail cameras.
I don't want any.
The ones I've got
I just usually buy
given to me as gifts, and I really don't know what quality cameras are out there, what brand names or anything like that. I don't know a lot about that. Trail cameras.
I don't like expensive ones because I'm just kind of doing it for fun.
Right.
But because I don't care if they get lifted or anything like that. I'm not overly concerned. It's not gonna be devastating if I lose one or two.
Yeah, and you can. Yeah, they can be fairly inexpensive, now, trail cameras.
I don't care for cell cams because a lot of places we go, no cell coverage, and I also just don't want to be sitting here inundated with photos of. Right. Because for me, the excitement of having a trail cam is to go out and take a look at it.
Yeah.
That's my, reasoning behind doing them, so I can get out in the woods.
Yeah, I've got one still out there that I've had the entire year, but I do know the last time I was out there, it was so grown up and choked with understory and underbrush that
probably you don't have anything on it.
Yeah, I don't. It probably a million photos of leaves moving and stuff like that.
Well, it's probably the batteries are probably dead.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to check it.
Yeah.
I got to get out there and check it. So, last time I checked, it was probably May.
Yeah.
So,
the last thing I almost forgot. I text you about it too. I wanted to bring up was, and we've talked about it a little bit before, but some of the ethical stuff with hunting. And maybe it's not so much, I shouldn't say just ethics, but just how people treat each other.
Right.
I've noticed a trend the past few years, like up in the woods. And I know sportsmen seem to be better about it than the general public, of being like less selfish or less about me. Because the world we live in right now seems like it's pretty much a narcissistic society to a certain extent.
Self-centered society for sure. Yeah, it seems
all about
to be
my wants and my opinion and my desires.
Instant gratification society, and I get it at all costs. And we promote that in our reality shows. Win at any cost, whether you have to lie, cheat, or steal. And I steer away from that stuff. I wouldn't watch those shows for that reason, because they kind of, legitimize winning at any cost,
treating people like crap.
Yeah. And I just can't, if you can't do well by doing the right thing, then I don't know.
And that, so I've noticed the past few years, like back in the day, it was really a non-issue. You ran into someone up in the North Maine woods, they always waved.
Right.
And there's been this change the past few years where someone's driving slow in the road, they will not move over.
Yeah.
They stay right in the middle of the road. And you just sit there and you go, what the heck happened? What? I know you're bird hunting, dude. But this is a main road.
And we need to get around you, because we don't want to drive 5 miles an hour.
I got someplace I'm trying to get.
Right. Yeah.
And there's logging trucks coming too.
Yeah.
We don't want to be 3 or 4 deep here.
Right.
And so I'm running into that a lot.
Yeah.
We're trying to go someplace or trying to do something. And for whatever reason, they just don't want to pull over.
Yeah.
And I don't, if someone comes up on me, first thing I do is get out of the way and let them go by. I'm not, this isn't like a main highway. It's a private road. And, there's kind of a degree of loss in regards to putting other people first.
Yeah. Well, being courteous.
Because and the other thing is seeing more roads blocked and people putting signs up, posting a road saying they're hunting down that. Come on. If you owned it, sure, it's yours. You can post all you want, but you don't own it. That really doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
I've seen, especially the moose season can be pretty bad that way.
Yeah. I've
seen signs up at the end of a road, moose hunt in progress, do not disturb.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll note taken when I'm tracking a deer, don't cut me off.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't disturb my hunt. It's open to the public. I'm sorry, but it's,
Yeah,
I
wouldn't, if it was,
I stay clear of people because I consider them.
Right.
But I, by no means am going to post a road or block a road or, because it's not my land.
I would never put a sign out on any road. Like you say, it's not my, but if there's a dead end road and it's not that far down the road and there's a vehicle parked at the mouth of it,
I'm not going to drive down it.
I'm not going to drive down it.
For one, I don't want to hunt where someone else is anyway.
Right.
That's not my...
I'm going to respect that they were there and
let them hunt in peace.
If I don't have to go through it to get to where I want to go, and like I say, it's just a dead end road and they're down there hunting, I'm going to respect that they were there first.
But when it's at a mouth of a system of roads, and one of those roads is going to take me over to where I need to go.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, dude.
That
ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
So you don't own it.
Yeah.
So it's been unfortunate that there's been more of that.
Yeah.
And we ran into it a bunch last year. Like we were trying to get over to, because we homeschool the kids. Part of their schooling one day was going to the museum on the Allagash.
Right.
And we were on a main busy road. I mean, for like 3 miles, I'm going 5 miles an hour behind this guy.
Oh, no kidding.
And I'm like, dude, like, we're not bird hunting.
Yeah.
Like,
I need to get somewhere.
we're just trying to, Oh, anyway, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
About that.
No, I've
Drives
heard
me
that
nuts.
in other podcasts. Other podcasts have talked about it, Paul, and
Yeah.
stuff. And yeah.
I don't know where that's come from all of a sudden, but
Yeah.
and I don't know how many times I've had people go by me and I can literally still see their taillights and I shoot a bird.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to ruin your bird hunting
No.
by any means, especially if someone's cruising right along.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it last year. We met somebody and, they just went by us and they were still going down the road.
The bird was sitting on a rock
The
there.
bird was sitting on a rock on their side of the road. So, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you never know, but
Yeah,
as a society, the general society has just lost
Yeah.
a lot of respect for other people.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't see that changing, Paul. That
it's not, because we're just so inundated with it now with social media. Like, you don't get a break from it.
No.
And I was thinking about this earlier. Society's kind of going in a bad direction. And, back when my grandparents were younger, what would they have for news? They had the 6 o'clock news,
right.
right? So they had a 30-minute or 1 hour
Walter
time block
Cronkite.
that they were bombarded with all this stuff. And
Yeah.
the rest of their day was whatever things that they had to deal with.
Right.
And now it's like, you just can't get away from
No.
so much crap.
Yeah.
And you're seeing a lot of morals being just gone.
Yeah.
And I think of, like, we want a free society, but a free society without morals doesn't exist
Right.
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I think our founding fathers were pretty aware of that.
Yeah.
Because they expressed that, there's the only way for a free society to work is the understanding of some undeniable moral truths.
Mm-hmm.
And if those get thrown away, you can't have a
Anarchy and
you can't have a free society.
yeah.
And unfortunately, it's kind of going in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
So, yeah. And you see it, and you see it a lot now, Paul, of course, in politics with what just happened and stuff.
That was awful I really didn't want to. We've heard enough about that
Yeah.
for the past week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a terrible
But
occurrence last week.
yeah, but
whole Charlie
and
Kirk thing.
politics divides families now. The kids and and people are so set on their opinions and that they can't accept the other person's
Well, and
opinion and
That's kind of brings us back to the gun thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
To a lesser degree, but
But you're not
politics.
nobody's going to get violent over that.
well, I don't know.
I don't think so. I would hope not.
I bet you there are deer camps.
There's been a fight or two
Oh,
over.
with a little bit of liquid courage.
Yeah.
I bet you there's been
Fisticuffs?
some fisticuffs over
Yeah, you might be right.
which caliber's better, which people get
Yeah.
hot under the collar.
And of course we grew up in that, Paul, and I don't ever remember that being an issue at all up in, we
No,
we
but
didn't talk much about what we were using for guns, and
no.
somebody may take a little ribbing once in a while, and
Yeah, I always,
could have you got that deer with a high powered I know you know that story.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, you're right. Like just like last week, the normalization of watching like traumatic videos and stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch that stuff.
Oh, I can't.
Paul.
No, Lacey
No.
asked me. I was here working on some stuff, and I found out.
Some people seek it out. I actually turn it off, and of course I don't watch news at all.
Yeah.
Zero news. I read one in the morning when I get up. There's one news channel or whatever that's on my computer. It's written out. It's not video.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I skim through it. That's about it. But other than that, I do not watch TV. I don't watch news.
No.
So.
And last week, Lacey had asked me when I'd heard the news, and it didn't sit well with me. And I was kind of shocked because usually I'm pretty immune to that stuff. Like, I don't know any of these people personally.
Yeah.
And I don't follow a lot of it that closely or feel like I'm that invested in it.
Right.
On a personal level. So usually I can just kind of brush it off as like, well, it's unfortunate, but it kind of bothered me. And then Lacey said, "Did you see the video?" I was like, "No, I didn't see the video.
No.
I can't stand seeing anyone get hurt, period."
Right.
Like every now and then Brittany...
I don't ever want to get my pleasure from somebody's pain.
Like Brittany would send me little Instagram reels or something that she found funny, if like a skateboarder fell on his head or something. I'm just like, don't send me that stuff. I don't want to see anyone, even if they don't get hurt, if it looks...
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to see somebody get hurt.
No.
In any way, shape, or form. That really bothers me. But apparently, people...
A lot of America likes it.
Doesn't care.
Yeah.
So I got thinking about this, the direction we're going with things. And then I was thinking about, even you kind of see it a little bit in the outdoor world where people are kind of considering other people less. And no one's perfect. We all get impatient with things. And I do. And maybe don't give enough grace to the other person as I should, because I didn't think they did a good enough job and whatever it was that I was expecting them to do. But yeah, man, as society, we're just inundated with so much garbage.
And I think too, stuff I look at when I was growing up, and I wonder if a lot of the violence that we see perpetrated on other people are a result of being desensitized from all of that stuff, from video games and from newsreels and everything we get from...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of, and because I never in my life have watched like a horror movie or anything, because that was never entertaining to me. And I'm like you, I don't watch,
I've never read
I don't chase ambulances, and I don't...
I've never even read a Stephen King novel.
I've never read a
He's from Maine.
Other than the movie Shawshank Redemption.
That's my favorite movie. I've never read the book, but that's one of my favorite movies.
It was a good movie.
Not all of his stuff is terrifying.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. And I often think if somebody that's really into that stuff, what kind of mindset could those people be in? And what kind of mindset could he be in continually writing that stuff? And I think he answered a lot of those questions this week.
Yeah.
So take it for what it is. That garbage in, garbage out in my world.
And like I said, I love the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
But I think back, I like to read a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of people know that. I don't read fiction hardly at all.
No, I'm not a novel reader, Paul.
No,
I love to read history.
Biographies, history.
Yeah. Outdoor stuff for me.
Financial stuff. Anything I can learn or glean something from. I really like. Why waste my time reading 50 Shades of Grey?
Right.
I'm not going to get
I want something that's going to make me a better person.
Yeah. So I had someone give me, it was The Stand by Stephen King.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my favorite book, hands down. You got to read this. It's a terrific book. I think I read the first page. I was like, I cannot read this book.
No.
Like, I just don't want to go there.
No.
So.
And I read a lot too, Paul, and same thing. I'm careful about what I'm careful about what I put in my body, and that's mentally and physically. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get away from.
Yeah.
Today. And I was thinking.
But you can.
I was like, you go to the woods. Lacey and I always like
self-control.
When we go to the woods, it's great because there's No way to get a hold of
total
me.
disconnect.
Whatsoever.
Right.
So you're just forced 24/7 while you're there.
Yeah, forest bathing.
Yeah, as Brittany called it. Yeah, that came up again too as I was reading through some news the other morning.
Yeah, I've seen it since I heard Brittany mention it. I've actually seen it 2 or 3 times. There's a doctor I follow, and he called it forest breathing. He being out, and it seemed to me that one of the better woodlots to be in for that is pine.
No kidding. Well, yeah. I've got it. Lacey
forest breathing. He called it.
Lacey buys me some pine essential oils.
Yeah.
And I'll every now and then pop one in here during the wintertime when I'm craving like the feeling of being in the deer woods.
Right.
There's a couple. There's one that has like fur, like balsam fur and stuff.
Yeah.
You put that in, it makes you feel like you're right in the middle of a fur thicket, tracking a deer. Yeah. So that's great. But yeah, these medical professionals, they need to know that we've been doing this all along, every year.
Forest breathing
or forest bathing.
Yeah, for sure.
Just go to deer camp. We call it deer camp. I was going to try to skirt that issue a little bit, but hard.
Sorry.
No, it's because it's like,
I didn't bring that up specifically, but I just talk about you talk about, morals and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's what made me, this week think of it.
How we treat people. And it certainly got a lot more contentious and violent, out there. And and I was faced with the same thing, Paul, when this happened, how am I going to treat the young man that did this? And I had to work that out in my own mind that, that's a young man that is extremely troubled.
Holy smokes.
And I can't hate that young man for what he did. Or I become just like him.
Yeah.
The people that do it.
Yep.
And for a hot minute there after it happened, you get angry and you almost feel like, you hope something bad happens to him. And I had to work that out real quick in my own mind that, like I say, he's a young man. It's somebody's son.
Yep.
He's got a mom and a dad that love him. And if I have that same animosity and hatred towards him as he had towards, the guy he shot, then I'm no different. No, I'm no different at all. And I have to be different.
And it all just boils down to a differing of opinions.
Yeah.
On something.
Yeah.
The very
crazy stuff.
Foundation of it.
Crazy stuff.
Terrible place that we're find ourselves in.
Yeah.
So, and I'm probably more disconnected than most people with the social media side of things. Like,
well, I certainly am. I'm not on anything but YouTube. I loved, and even YouTube, I'm pretty specific, hunting and fishing is what I watch on YouTube.
But yeah, they get on these, you hear about these like gaming and
would not do that.
These places on the internet that they're spending their time.
Would not do that.
Man.
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to, I don't know if it'll ever happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, because it's just hard.
I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't know if at this stage of the game you can't turn it around, Paul. I don't know.
You're just so inundated with
The only thing a person can do, you have to be responsible for yourself, and you have to make good choices for yourself and be disciplined and self-control.
It takes more discipline now.
Yeah.
Whereas
in what you
and our grandparents, my grandparents' age. When they were young, nothing that wasn't available.
So something more tangible, Paul, you can see it physically on people today in as far as how much self-control and discipline they have, and just the metabolic health of our society and stuff.
Yeah.
The mental part, you can't, it's not outward. You can't see it unless something like what happened recently happens. But the physical part, you can see that people do not make good choices, and we're in a bad way health-wise in this country.
There we are. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you get right down to it, you can control the actions of one person, and that's yourself.
That's yourself. Yeah.
And make good choices.
and get outside.
I tell everybody, you're free to make your own choices, but you're not free from the consequences of the choices.
No.
So
no.
yeah.
So yeah, fall's a great time to cleanse yourself of the nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, get outside, right?
It's good for the soul.
It's good for the soul.
It really
for
is.
Sure. Yeah.
It really is. Like I said, it's always been my therapy.
And society is worried about us going out there, a lot of society, and harvesting an animal and stuff.
Right?
And they call that cruel, but they chew apart their neighbor,
Yeah, for a differing opinion on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts for sure. So we got to end on a positive note. This has been a bit of a negative week.
I get there is so much, and like I say, the weather's been fantastic.
Yeah.
My goodness, the weather's been great.
Next week's going to be a beautiful week.
It is. Yeah, the weather looks good for the next 2 weeks, and
maybe catch
good things coming.
Bird hunting, maybe catch some fish.
Yeah. Oh, we'll catch some fish, and we'll have a good time. And
I'll be out bird hunting too. It'd be nice to see someone shoot a moose.
Yeah.
I'd like to come across people.
Yeah.
In their moose hunt.
Hopefully
it stays cool.
Yeah.
That first week of moose season.
But getting on a positive note, we have beautiful, healthy families, Paul, and we still talk to each other somewhat. And
even though they drive us nuts.
Yeah. So.
And Brittany and I don't debate that much anymore.
No.
She pretty much agrees with me on everything.
She's come around to your way of thinking. That'll help. Yeah, just save us a lot of time and agree with me.
Just know that I'm right, Brittany, and you're wrong.
Yeah.
I hope she sees this.
Yeah.
So anything else, Dad?
Nope. Not a good thing. Like I said, we're all good.
We'll end on a good note.
Yeah, we're gonna end on a good note.
More fall stuff to take care of, and can't wait for
And I'm headed to the lake as soon as that's a
positive.
Are you really? Today? I am.
Well,
I'm going up until Tuesday.
I don't want to keep you tied down here.
Yeah, so I'm headed to the lake.
You don't need much for the fishing trip.
Well, I got my stuff, and so.
I had some of Keith's, and just before we go, I had some Keith's bear.
And how'd you like that?
God, it's so good.
Good for you.
He stopped by.
I had moose steak last night.
Did you?
I did. Mushrooms and onions and moose steak from 1 year ago.
Yeah. The 15-minute hunt.
Yeah, September 23rd.
Yeah.
2024.
But Lacey, she likes it. Like, he wanted to give me like most of it, and I'm like, I'll be the only one eating it, Keith.
Yeah. Kids
like it, but Lacey she likes it, but it gets in her head for some reason with certain animals.
Yeah.
Like she says, I just keep seeing a bear. She has no problem with deer.
Yeah.
She'll eat 3 deer a year, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I think we had my deer, Keith's deer, and then a friend of ours shot a deer and his family doesn't like it and gave us his deer.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of it's gone.
Yeah.
And she takes out deer meat probably twice a week.
Yeah, we have it between, I got a deer and a moose last year, but so between the two, Paul, Narda and I, we 2 or 3 times a week, and it is great because we don't like to buy red meat in a grocery store, so it works out great.
Yeah.
My wife will eat it, not so much because she likes it, but because it's healthy.
She knows.
She wants to get her protein intake.
Yeah, it's a good way.
And it's a great way to get your protein intake. And so
I had some burgers the other day of the bear. Delicious.
Yep.
And I can see why a lot of people I talk to that don't typically like game really enjoy bear.
Yeah.
And it to me, it lacks that. I like a bit of a gamey flavor in my meat, but bear just doesn't have, if it's taken care of right, it doesn't have that taste whatsoever. So I can see why I've talked to a lot of hunters that their wives, the only meat they'll eat is bear meat.
Yeah.
For that reason. And really good stuff. So I'll bring some up next week. And
I'd love to have
I'll get some steaks and burger. We can have one or both. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
alrighty.
That's the Mrs. Column.
Yeah.
It's all right. I guess that's all she wrote.
That is it.
So on a positive note, you got to get outside because
it's great for the soul.
See ya.